Welcome to the class. This is Abby here on a lovely Monday afternoon. Hi, Mustafa, how are you?
Hello, teacher. Good to see you again.
Good to see
Um,
you as well. What's new?
I don't know. You tell me. What's in you?
Well, um, you've met Lucy before, haven't you?
Lucy, you mean the little Bobby? Oh yeah, yeah. I have seen
She's doing well. She's been back with me now for about 2 months, so I'm quite happy to have her back with me. Let's say hello to, is it Jorgen?
Yes, that's fine. Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm very good. I think this is the first time I've met you, no?
It is, yes.
Awesome. Tell me about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Denmark, 51 years old. I live alone, and I don't have a dog.
That's good. It's good to have your freedom. Sometimes dogs can take away our independence a little bit.
It seems quite nice and quiet, so it did run around. So, what
Lucy's,
breed is it?
she's a pug.
Okay,
A pug, yeah. And I love her. She's my fur baby.
yes,
That's what happens when you don't have children. You have fur babies.
yes.
Is it Jambo?
Yes.
Hello, how are you?
Hi. And you? Fine. And you?
I'm very good. Thanks for asking. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from the Russian Federation.
From where, sorry?
Russian Federation.
The Russian Federation.
Yes.
What's the difference between Russia and the Russian Federation?
Yes. The Russian Federation. Russia.
I think I might need Andrew to explain that one to me. Andrew, good to see you. You're muted, sir. Andrew's giving me the silent treatment, so I'll say hello to Natasha. Hi.
Hello, Abby. Hello, guys. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. Thank you for coming back. It's nice to have you today. How was your weekend?
Oh, I have had a nice weekend, but I was at home because we had a lot of home deal, but it was really pretty good for us.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. A nice relaxing weekend.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
for you. We all need we need those once in a while. Sometimes the weekend's too busy, and then on Monday we are too tired to have a full week of work. So that's good.
yeah. I see you very well. Sometimes we have sad weekends too, and we go to work and have rest there.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Rohan, welcome to the class.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm very good. Have I met you before?
No, I'm new to Verbling.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm Rowan, 28 years old, live in the Netherlands, Europe, and I want to learn English from you.
Fantastic. I think you might be in the right spot then if you want
Okay.
to learn English from me. When did you turn 28?
Last May.
May?
May, sorry, yeah, last May.
Oh, I turned 28 in March.
Okay.
So we're almost exactly the same age,
Yeah,
just a couple months
exactly.
apart. 28 is the new 20.
Right, yeah, I believe that.
Let's say hi to, is it Simon?
Yes,
Hello. How are you today?
good, thanks.
Good. Just a quick, tell me where you're from. What your goals are in English?
Okay, I'm from north part of Iraq, and I'm also a graduate student in the United States. I come back Iraq to just refresh myself, and hopefully, God willing, I'm gonna go back to United States after 2 months. So my goal of learning English is just to finish my graduate program.
Fantastic. Good for you, Simon. Welcome to the class. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Anna Carolina, how are you? I think maybe a microphone problem, Anna. We can't hear you. At least I can't. Andrea, are you ready to speak to me yet?
Hi, Abby. Do you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now I can hear you. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm great. Thank you for asking. And you, teacher?
I am fantastic. Thank you. This is my last class of today. I've had 4 classes. And yeah, it's going very good. Thank you for asking. Andrew, sorry.
It's okay. I don't know what happened with my browser because it froze. It froze when you started to asking me something.
Perfect timing.
Yep.
Good to see you. I didn't know that you were still taking lessons on Verbling. Have you been practicing your English a lot or not so much?
Not so much, I guess. So once in a month.
Once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for joining us today. And Natalia.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
Very good. Thank you for coming. It's nice to meet you all. So Jambo said he's from the Federation of Russia. What's the difference between that and just regular old Russia?
Yes. Russia.
Not Federation, Russian Federation, not Federation of Russia.
Oh.
Actually, the same.
It's the same. Andrew, you're picking on me today. I can tell I'm going to have trouble with you guys today. But there's no difference? It's the same place?
No, it's the same, yeah.
Jambo was just trying to make it sound extra cool, extra important.
Okay, so, well, I can add something about the place I came from. So actually, I'm from Russia. So probably for me, it's better to say that I'm from the Russian Federation because I'm from the Udmurt Republic within Russia. So there are several, about 34, well, not 40, about 30 republics within Russia, and I'm from one of them. So from Udmurtia, well, a little bit to the west of the Ural Mountains.
Okay, interesting. Thanks for sharing that, Natalia. Natalia, have you ever traveled to an English-speaking country? Because your English is fantastic. Like, have you ever gone to the States or to Canada or Britain?
So I have traveled to Britain, but actually it was a very short trip, just for a week, and I don't think that it influenced me. But I have practiced here. I mean, I have had some classes, and I've got some English-speaking friends here in Russia.
Beautiful. That's good. You've done a very good job. Excellent
Thank you.
work. So, let me find my document. Who would like to tell me about their weekend? Did anyone do anything that was exceptionally interesting or just something different that they would like to share with us?
May I just to test my microphone?
Yes, you may.
Okay, I went to Rio de Janeiro and I went to a VIP movie theater. I saw a movie, then I went to a theater to see a play. I went to a new mall there called the what's the name of the Village Mall. It is stunning, very beautiful, but very expensive, and that's all. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
Wow. How far away is Rio from where you live, Anna?
It's nearby, just 2 hours driving, and I have an apartment there in a neighborhood called Ipanema.
Okay, nice. Beautiful. Anyone else want to tell me what they did on the weekend? This is a very laid-back speaking class, so if you would like a chance to just talk, this is it. You can tell me about what you did on the weekend. Anyone?
Went to a music festival.
That sounds exciting.
Yep.
What kind of music was it?
It is a festival of one of radio stations in Moscow. It's very popular, and there are so many artists there, and it's great. It's just it's a pop music actually, but just the weather was good, and why not?
Okay, I heard actually one of my students this morning, he said that the weather has been really nice in Moscow. It's been sunny and you've had lots of nice warm weather, so that's kind of nice, eh?
Yeah, but today we had it was raining cats and dogs actually. After the good weekend we had, not
Poor
not so
cats
good.
and dogs. I feel sorry for the cats and dogs. Awesome, that sounds good. Anyone else have an interesting thing that they did on the weekend? Okay, so in that document that I posted, there's a picture at the very top. Maybe we could have Mustafa explain the picture to us. What do you see and what do you think it means?
Okay, teacher. Just a second.
Okay.
So I have to explain the picture, describe it?
Yeah, I want you to tell me what you see in the picture and just explain the joke if you get it.
Everybody hates me. Monaya? Oh, I don't know how to read this word. I don't know. Okay. The man, I think he's wondering about something. I don't know. He has a pen.
Wait. The word is Monday.
Monday. Okay.
Okay, now rethink it, because now you'll probably understand it.
Okay. I think the man is about to start his the first day of the week, and he's thinking. I don't know. He's making a plan or something like that. But you know what? Like the first day of the week is always frustrating, and he's struggling, and everybody hates Monday maybe. So Monday we can say in this case like poor Monday. He's really feels sad because everybody hates him, something like that.
Yeah, good. Jorgen, who is Monday talking to in the picture?
Who is Monday talking to in the picture? Sorry, I think I missed the picture.
Oh,
where's the picture?
It's in the here. I can also share my screen. Yes. I just find it less conversational when I do, but I will show you here. Here's the picture.
Yes.
What do you think?
He's talking to a bunch of letters. That looks like a person.
No, this is Monday.
Okay, this is Monday. Yes.
And
okay,
who is he talking to?
Someone who looks like a shrink, a psychiatrist,
exactly.
a psychoanalyst.
Why do you
probably
think?
Telling what he did last weekend, and then he writes down what he says and try to analyze his brain, what's wrong with him. He says everybody hates me, and I guess the shrink tried to find out why.
Good. I love it. Good explanation for sure. Anyone else have an additional comment on the picture? Maybe they've caught something that somebody else didn't?
Maybe this psychologist will tell the Mondays that not everybody will hates him.
Yeah, he'll try to make him feel a bit better, right?
Yeah. Because I want to say that not everybody, I guess not everybody hates Monday, because there are people who like their jobs and they like Mondays actually.
Yeah. Or another way to look at it too is not everybody goes back to work on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, Monday is my fun day. That's when I'm home. I never work on a Monday. So for me, I don't hate Monday. I quite enjoy it. Anyone else have a comment on it? Who here enjoys Monday? Who here thinks that it's a good day of the week? Maybe you like starting again. Maybe you like getting out of the house after being home all weekend. Who enjoys Monday?
I do.
Why do you enjoy it?
Because I hate Sundays. It's a quiet day, and on Monday everything starts again the whole week. I don't like Sundays.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone have a problem with Sunday.
Shops are closing here.
That's
Everything looks so quiet on the streets. So that nothing is on TV. It's a boring day for me.
That I understand. I can see what you mean.
I would say I agree with that because Sundays can be a little dull, especially when the shops are closed.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what country you're living in, but in Denmark, in the older days, everything was closed on Sunday. So, of course, you go to church, but then the rest of the day can be quite boring, especially if you are single and you do not have a family. Then you look forward to Monday where things start again, and you can start with whatever you're doing.
That's true. In Canada, everything is open on Sunday. It's actually quite a busy day. Like to go grocery shopping or to go to the mall on Sunday, it's crazy because that's when everybody goes to the mall. So I think it's kind of the opposite here in some way.
Yes, but they changed the law in Denmark, so now the shops have opened also. So we also have a great shopping day. But in the older days, it was like Sunday was a very boring, dull day.
Yeah, you're right.
I guess some of it is still sticks to you, so you remember.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. When I lived down south in Latin America, lots of things were closed on Sunday. So you're right. It just kind of depends where you live and what your culture is locally, right?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. And then Simon says his weekend is Friday and Saturday. So by Monday, you're okay with it, Simon? You're ready to continue your work week? Okay. So this lesson is all about, I've found on the internet a group of popular questions that are used on the TOEFL exam for the speaking section. So you'll notice that there's a question and it's not a yes or no answer, and if it is, then it will ask you to elaborate with maybe a little description or an example. So everyone's going to have a chance to choose one of the questions that they like, and a few people can answer it if they would like to, and then we can move on to the following question. If anyone had a chance to review the list, I put it up a few hours ago. Has anyone chosen a question that they would like to start with? And secondly, can everyone see the list? Has everyone received it in the chat box?
I'm thinking about question number 5, a person that has inspired you.
Perfect. Let's start with that one. Can you read the question in full for us, or the statement in full?
Yes, I open, yes. Question number 5. Talk about a person in your life who has inspired you. Describe the person and explain why you found him her inspirational. Well, I overlooked the part where it says in your life. It means I cannot talk about a person who is dead, or?
Yes, you can. Okay. Maybe you use their experience in your current life to inspire you.
Well, reading the Bible, I found that the Apostle Paul is a great inspiration for me, because he showed his dedication to serve God and serve Jesus. But at the same time, reading his letters, you also see the man Paul reveal his emotions and feelings, and he's quite honest, especially in his relationship to Timothy, who was an apprentice of his. And the love he shares to him in the Bible has inspired me a lot, because Paul, being an eminent leader, he was the greatest of the apostles. At the same time, you see he was also just a man with all the feelings and needs that a man has. He even writes in one of his letters that he was afraid when he visited the congregation at Corinth. And for a leader at that magnitude, actually saying that he was afraid, I think is a great thing. So in many respects, I find that the Apostle Paul is perhaps my greatest inspiration of a human being that ever walked the earth. And I love him a lot.
Interesting. That's a good example. I think one of my favorite things that he said is, I want to do what's right, but what is bad is within me. So he was very honest about how he felt and the struggles that he had. Who else would like to tell me about somebody that maybe inspires them like that? That's a perfect example. Anyone else? Somebody maybe modern day, somebody from a book that you've read? Who else can share an example of somebody who's inspired them to do something?
You know, my inspiration already. Actually, it's Arnold.
Arnold.
I have already told you about that, so I like to. Maybe it's not compared to the previous example, but for me, I started to watch his films when I was maybe 7 years old, and I read some information about him, so it was, you know, like very inspiring story for me.
Very good. So if you guys ever meet Andre, expect this big, muscular,
No,
a beast, an absolute beast.
I mean not in the bodybuilding sense, but you know, when he reached his goals, like when he first became bodybuilding and then actor, and then he became a governor and so on. So you know, in this sense.
Yeah, he's definitely accomplished a lot for sure.
Yeah,
Good example. What about you, Anna? Who's someone who has maybe inspired you or motivated you to try something new or be better at something? Can you think of an example?
No. I am going to sound sappy. Sappy. You know?
You're going to sound sappy? That's okay.
Okay. Pollyanna. The character of a book suitable for teenagers. Have you ever read it?
No, I haven't. Why does she inspire you?
Because I wish I could see the bright side of everything, just like her in her book. It's a kind of a silly story. She has a positive attitude because sometimes we have negative thoughts, and you know, when you think negatively, you give power to this kind of thoughts. You know what I mean? And the story was about a girl who was very poor, and she was longing for a doll. And instead of receiving a doll, she earned a pair of crutches. And her father told her, instead of being depressed, you should be happy because you don't have to use it. You are able to walk by yourself and so on. And then her father passed away, and she was adopted by her aunt, and he changed everyone in a small town. People who were bitter, secluded, depressed, by teaching the game of happiness, you know.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us, Anna. That's a really good example. It's true. When you meet somebody who always has like the positive outlook, they can be pretty inspiring, can't they? Because you go, wow, here I am complaining about something so small, and they maybe have difficult circumstances, but they're so positive. That's a good one. Anyone else? Okay, let's move on to a new question. Maybe we can have Simon. Why don't you choose one of the speaking topics in the list? There's a lot to choose from. I think we've got like 40. Yeah, there's 40 of them. So choose one that you would like to discuss with the class now.
Okay, teacher. Just please. Okay, I think I choose number 8. What's your favorite book or movie? Describe it and say why it's your favorite.
Okay, so you're going to start. Tell us, Ivan.
Okay, as I always mention that my favorite book is Tuesday with Morrie. It is a very famous book in the United States. It's the story. It's revolved about Mitch Albom and his professor Morrie. That and it's also movie. And Mitch, his student. He was a student, and he get his educated by his teacher, this professor Morrie, and after 16 years old, after 16 years, he realized that his professor Morrie, he had let's say he's not. I mean, he got ALS disease. That is really fatal disease, and one of this victim disease. It's I forget his name. Stephen Hawking, this British scientist. And this disease is very fatal, and everybody who diagnosed by this disease, he or she should not alive for a long time. But this professor, at age 70, he fought the disease, and he lived for almost, 5 years after he diagnosed that, after the doctor told him that he will not be alive after 2 years or 1 year. So and he every Tuesday his student Mitch Albom tried to visit him and to have a discussion with him how he felt about the life. And the Albom, Morrie told Albom that he is now a bridge for alive people and die, and for the dead people. So it's between two worlds, the other world, the anonymous world, and the real world that we all live right now. So the album talking about this discussion that every Tuesday. So he said that I'm Tuesday a person. That's why I have a discussion with him, and he wrote everything in his book. And there's a 1 million. It sells about 1 million around the United States of this book. So everybody like it, and I really like actually. And I'm really, when every time it's really emotional book. Every time I read this book, I really feel sad for Morrie, the poor professor, and I'm really encouraged by his student Albom, which is really get inspiration or inspired by his professor.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. It sounds like you're very passionate about that.
Yes.
I love it. I love passion. It's good when you are excited about something, or it has moved you or motivated you in some way. Andre says, what's your favorite book? I don't even know. I am not a huge reader. I will be honest. I haven't read a ton of novels per se. I'm just trying to think of a book that has maybe stood out to me, though. Oh, there's one book. It's called You Are a Badass. That is the actual title of the book. And it's about how it's kind of like what Anna was saying, Andre. It's like it talks about how whatever you want to come back to you in the world is what you need to put out. So, for example, if you're a positive person that believes that you'll accomplish certain things or that you'll be successful, that you in turn will be successful and you'll help other people to reach that as well. So I wouldn't say it's my favorite book by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a good book and I found it interesting. Is that a good enough answer for you?
Okay, thank you.
Does anybody else want to talk about their favorite book or favorite movie before we move on? Who has read a book that they really like?
Maybe it's not a book, it's a story, and I read it maybe a long time ago. I think everybody read it. It's Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
What's it called again?
Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
It's
by
familiar.
Richard Bach, or I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's a novel, and it's inspiration novel, and it's describing the seagull, how it learns life, learns to take risks in life, do what you want, it's the whole story about that.
Interesting. Good. So you like those kind of books.
Yeah.
Interesting. Mustafa, you're not a reader. You're like me. You have to force yourself to read a book.
Yeah, and actually, it's not a good way to force yourself. So I have to pick up maybe enjoyment material, maybe a story I like, or something that attracts me and attract my attention through it. When I think about English, I think I have to read. I have to force myself because it's a good way to improve your vocabulary. Like, reading is a big deal in improving my vocabulary in English. So I have to force myself, as I said.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, it's good to force yourself. Natalia, are you a reader? Do you find yourself reading books often, or are you more likely to watch a movie?
So yeah, I like reading, and yeah, I spend much time reading, but it's difficult to say which book is your favorite book. So well, the one which came to me now is so maybe a collection of stories by O. Henry. So I like O. Henry because there is everything there. So tragedy and comedy together, and it's so similar to our lives. So today you are happy, and the other day you think everything is ruined. But again, so you sort it out, and you are happy again. So for example, I was impressed by his story, The Gift of the Magi. Have you read it?
The Gift of what, sorry?
The Gift of the Magi. No? So it tells about two a very young couple, and on Christmas they were poor, of course, and on Christmas they decided to make presents to each other, and she sold her beautiful hair. That was her possession, so the best possession, in order to present him a chain for his watch, but he sold his watch in order to present her a comb for her hair. So well, on the one hand, so they did it in vain, because he bought a comb for her hair, but there is no hair anymore, and there is no watch for the chain anymore. But still, it's not vain, because it's love, it's real love. When you are ready to give up something, something that is really very important for you, something of this kind.
Interesting. There's a famous story. I think it's actually originated from Russia. I remember my grandpa talking about it. It was something about red sails, like a boat with red sails. Does that sound familiar to any of you from Russia? The Russian Federation?
No, sorry, no.
It's a love story about a girl who says that she's the next man that comes on a ship with red sails she would marry, and it ends up obviously happening years and years later. No one's heard of it?
Yes. So yeah, so now I have recalled it. Yeah, so yeah, red sails or something like that. Yeah. So by Alexander Green, written in 1920s. Yeah.
Look at
Really
you,
very,
you're a pro.
really very beautiful story. Yeah.
That's, I think, I know that story. I know that story, but only because it was told to me, not because I read it. I don't even get the credit for reading the book. Good. So, Jambo, let's get you to choose a different question from the list that we can discuss.
Sorry.
Jambo, do you know what I'm talking about?
Sorry, repeat, please.
Can you go through the list of questions or topics that we're picking from and choose one that you would like to discuss with the class?
Okay. Mm, uh, mm, uh, no.
No?
No.
You're a rebel. You are from the Russian Federation. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's get, who hasn't chosen one?
I suggest one, Abby.
Okay, you go ahead. Choose one for us.
I think number 18 is interesting.
Okay, can you read it out loud?
Yes, think of a place that makes you feel relaxed and peaceful. Describe it and explain why it is relaxing and peaceful for you.
Beautiful. Go ahead and tell us your answer.
Yes, I like to go in the woods. It's a nearby woods in my local area. I like it because I can be myself. I like it because the trees and the color green. I like it because sometimes it's moist and warm, and sometimes it's colder. Sometimes I see a squirrel, and sometimes there's a few riding a horse that just passes me by. I listen to the birds, and I listen to the sound of my feet in the walking in the dirt, and I get to expand my emotions and get my mind straight. It helps me to not ruminate. It helps me get things out of my head. And when I come home after a good long walk, I can sit down and have my thoughts cleared and write down things that makes me understand myself better. And in a way, it's like a valve. When there's a high pressure, you go into the woods for an hour, and then something has left you, and everything is easier. And there's even psychologists that made a study that proves that walking in the woods in the nature helps keep rumination at bay. So it's very healthy for you psychologically. And I love nature. I couldn't survive without nature. It's certainly, I think nature even is my best friend. So
Jürgen, listening to you speak makes me feel like I might be in the middle of the woods. You're a very good speaker.
Thank you.
Good description. Mustafa, what about you? What place makes you feel relaxed and peaceful? Describe it to us.
Teacher, if I want to like make a word about this question, maybe, or I want to answer it, maybe it depends on each one of us, and maybe it depends on people. Like, you know, there are maybe we can separate people maybe in two different kind. There's some exception, but maybe it's a few. Like the majority, like there are introvert people and extrovert people. So extrovert people, like they enjoy maybe, and the heaven for them is go out and maybe talk with people and this kind of thing. Maybe introvert people, no, they like to stay maybe alone, and maybe their home is their heaven for them. I think yeah, so this is like would make you make a decision there. So it depends on each one of us, and yeah.
Good answer. Some people, when they're in a place that's so quiet, Mustafa, they feel uncomfortable because maybe they don't like the feeling of being alone with their own thoughts. Maybe that makes them feel anxious, right? They like to be around a crowd. So you're right.
Yeah, exactly. You're correct.
Anybody else want to talk about what makes them feel relaxed and peaceful? Jamble, you've been awfully quiet. Tell us about your favorite place where you just go, oh, and you're able to relax. Like he's being rebellious again. Where do you go to just hang? Do you go to the sauna?
Sorry?
Do you go to a sauna maybe?
No.
I don't know what's so funny about you, but something about you makes me laugh. Why does this always happen to me? Where do you go when you just want to be peaceful? It's not that difficult.
No, no, sorry. No.
No, do you need some time? Okay, we'll give you a few minutes. I didn't realize I was so funny. Anna, what about you? Where do you go when you want to feel relaxed? You said you don't go to the woods because you don't like the bugs, and I totally understand that for sure. So where do you go when you want to relax? Oh, I can't hear you, Anna.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you see the island in my picture?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I'd like to go there. There are two islands side by side. They are called Pochinos, and I like to go there to go paddleboarding and also snorkeling. Those islands, the shape are similar to a pair of boats. A pair of boats. And the water there is crystal clear, and it's peaceful because I enjoy snorkeling and seeing fish, schools of fish and things like that, starfish, turtles. And the shore is rocky. There is no beach there, but it's shallow in the middle, so you can cross the ocean walking, and you can see your own feet there. And I'm sorry about my English.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great.
I'm making a lot of mistakes.
Well, I understood everything you said. Your English was very clear. And I think snorkeling is a beautiful place to relax because it's almost like when you're in the water, you feel like you don't have any weight. You feel light. And
Yes, I feel very, how can I say, I feel that I am in another world, swimming and relaxing. I forgot my problems. I get rid of concerns,
Anna, is that in your picture? Is that you?
Yes, it's me.
Looking good. Jorgen, there's the answer to your question. Yes, it's Anna in the picture. Okay, so let's continue. Anybody else want to tell us about a place where they feel super peaceful or relaxed?
May I comment, teacher?
Of course you can.
Okay, just put in the chat box, but I will just say it again. I really like a cemetery. When I want to relax, I usually go to cemetery. It's really quiet place, so I really felt comfortable. And there because there's some lovely person that I really miss them. When I visit them, I just felt relaxed. I mean, I felt comfortable, and I would go to the mosque. It's even more relaxing place for me than any other place.
That's a fantastic answer. At first, when you said cemetery, I was like, I don't really understand. But you know what? It does make sense, especially if maybe somebody that you love has passed away and they were buried there. It would make sense that that was a place that maybe you could think about them or reflect on life. Thank you for sharing, Simon. Anybody else? Okay. Who has not chosen? Andre, do you have something you'd like to say?
I wanted to say that I have already wrote it in the chat. I like, for example, relaxing on the beach in the middle of nowhere, so like, and I think I don't know how to. What is the verb for when you're laying in a hammock and like swing or
swinging?
Yeah, swinging on the hammock. Yeah,
swinging
it's
a
great.
hammock.
It's great. Yeah.
I agree. I love hammocks. Love them.
Yeah.
Anna likes them too. Yeah, I find hammocks extremely relaxing. And there's something for me about the sound of an acoustic guitar. Just a very like mellow melody, nothing too hard, but when I hear an acoustic guitar, that also kind of gives me a feeling of being relaxed. Good, okay. Let's anyone see a different one in the list that they'd like to discuss next? You guys are choosing all the best ones, that's good.
15, teacher.
Which one?
15.
15? Okay, read it for us.
Talk about a time when you experienced success. Describe the experience and say why it was a success for you.
Success.
Success for you.
Okay, tell us.
Talk about the time when you experienced success. Yeah, I have experienced success. So I experienced success before. And describe the experience. The experience was it was kind of mixing between hard time and maybe enjoying time. Like there is after hard work, maybe there will be like you will be enjoy your time after the hard work you do. So it was really hard at the beginning, and I made my decision, and I decided to go through it. I made the hard work, and after a while I got my result, and it was really good for me, and I felt really good. I think this is something like inspire me when I'm thinking about something I have done before in the past. So yeah, this was like one experience for me. I succeed, and it was like in education, by the way, like it's transformed my life, I think, to a different stage, and it was something to remember. It was something good to remember, teacher. Yeah.
Good example. I like it. Success. Now for this one, there may be several different ideas of what success is. So if someone has an example that's not career related, it's maybe a challenge that you overcame or something very personal that didn't make a difference to many other people, but it did to you. Those could all be included. So that was a good one, Mustafa. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else have an example they could share about a time that you were successful with something?
Yes, when I finished Bible school, I felt a bit of success. It was only a 1-year Bible school, but I did struggle halfway through, so it was I had a winter depression and so forth. But when I was finished, I felt a bit of success, and because that is what I wanted, and I didn't have a party or anything, but I just had a quiet contemplation and satisfaction. So that was my moment of success.
Yeah, anytime where you accomplish something that takes you a bit of a period of time, you usually feel that after, don't you?
Yes, because I did struggle, and it was hard, and I needed some help halfway through, but I managed to get on a second semester also and took that. And then I was happy when I finally was through. So, and I
Good
got
for
a
you.
certificate, of course. And so,
That explains your in-depth understanding of Paul.
yes, part of it. Part of it, I guess.
Good, excellent. So maybe completing a course or some kind of
Yes.
schooling that you took. Very good. Anybody else have an example of a time where they felt successful about something that they did?
May I?
Yes, you may.
Okay. After I graduated, I am a dentist. I studied for 3 months and I took a test because I was trying to become a civil servant. But first I took a test to join the Firefighters Corporation. And I was really, really anxious, very nervous, and I knew all answers, all. But when I had to pass the answers to the test from a card, I I got started from the second page instead. And I messed everything up. And I had cried a river, you know. But I didn't give up, and I took a test to work where I've been working so far, and I got the second place in another competition, you know, among a lot of competitors, and there are plenty of people who have been studying for several years, and they cannot and they, oh my gosh, they weren't approved yet, you know. And I studied just for 3 months and I got the second place, so I believe that I succeed because I studied really hard. And when I took the test for the second time, I I tried to relax and I told myself everything is gonna be okay, and don't be anxious, you know. It's okay if you fail, and you just have to relax and go for it.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Anna. It's true, sometimes with exams and whatnot, for sure. All right, Jamble, I'm taking a risk, but I'm going to ask you if you have ever found a time where you've been successful. Can you tell us about it?
Okay. I have swimmen the sea taught in the Turkish 3 months um, 3 months 3 months old 3 months old. One moment, please.
Hey, Andre. Jamble, did you say that you went somewhere? Did I hear Turkey?
Turkey? Yes, no, for 3 months, 3 months back, back, the, mm, the the education, education languages, Arabic.
You learned how to speak Arabic?
No, I speak Arabic. Not very, not very well.
You're learning.
Yes.
Good. And you just answered my question without laughing. I think that's also a success. Yay, Jambo!
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Good job. Thank you for sharing that with us. And last but not least, Simon, you wanted to share?
Yes, I would love. Sorry about that. Just share one short example, and then we'll finish up the class. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, just last example that was about my classes. I had a class in last spring. It was a database class. We had it was project based. It was the project class that we have to create a project for the class. That's why I created the project. I created the program because I'm a programmer. So I created a program. I really struggled, but by the end of the semester, I have done the program and I presented to the classes, and it was really nice feeling that I felt that I success in this project, and I try to offer this project or this program for my department in Iraq. So hopefully they will accept it. That's it.
That would be quite a success.
Yes, yeah. That's why I really feel comfortable when I have done with this project.
Very nice.
I'm done, teacher. I'm done. That's it.
You're done. Done like dinner. Stick a fork in you.
Yes.
Natalia, do you have anything you'd like to add about a time when you felt successful with something? No? I can't hear your microphone's on in case you were speaking. No, I don't hear anything. Natalia, can you hear us? Drats. Well, that's okay. Maybe next time we'll get a chance to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for coming to my class. It was good to see some familiar faces again. Andre, Anna, Mustafa, it was good to have you guys back in class. Thanks for coming. And of course, the rest of you that were new. Jambo, you're a hoot.
Thank you, teacher. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Take care, everyone.